If you want to cook restaurant quality steaks at home, I'm talking beautifully even, wall-to-wall, rosy pink interior with a gorgeous golden brown crust, you might want to try the reverse sear method. Restaurants do this all the time, especially steakhouses, where they get their steaks ready and then their order comes in and they can quickly finish them off to whatever temperature the customer ordered. I love the reverse sear method because it's pretty foolproof and you just need a couple of things. For the steak, I really just need salt, pepper, and a high smoke point oil, and then you need a couple pieces of special equipment, a digital thermometer, and a pan that can take really high heat to get that beautiful crust at the end. Today I'm using cast iron. So this is a 2-inch thick boneless ribeye. You want to do this with a steak that's 1.5 inches or thicker, because the challenge for cooking a steak that's thick like this on the stovetop or on the grill is that you're going to have to cook it for a while to get the interior where you want it. And at that point, you might have that gray band of meat and an overcooked exterior. So what I'm gonna do is put a thermometer into the steak. If you don't have a wireless thermometer, you can check the temperature with just a digital thermometer after 15 minutes and then every 10 minutes after that. And I'm gonna put this in a 250-degree oven until the internal temperature reaches 110 degrees. And this is gonna take maybe 40 to 60 minutes or maybe more. You really wanna watch the temperature carefully and not rely on the time for this. We're just gonna keep an eye on it. My thermometer says my steak is at 110, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull it. Not gonna lie, she's not that cute. Kind of a weird purpley gray brown color. That's normal, don't panic. The next part will be the sear part, and that's when we're gonna get that beautiful, dark golden brown crust. So this is fine to wait until my pan is really hot. Cast iron takes longer to heat up than stainless steel or carbon steel, but once it gets hot, it stays really hot. So I'm starting it at a medium and then I'm gonna crank it up to medium high so I can get a really nice sear on my steak. Let's see if our skillet is hot enough. Looks good. We're gonna put some high smoke point oil. I'm gonna cook this for just a minute per side, taking out the thermometer. This is ready to go in. And I like to use a grill press to really get good contact with the steak in the pan. Just gonna give it a little peek. Looking beautiful, so we're ready to flip. Now about another minute on this side. And all that time in the oven really let the outside of the steak dry out, so it's getting a really nice sear in a really short amount of time. Now I'm just going to render some of the fat on the sides. Cast iron is really one of the best choices of materials for a steak because you can get it really, really hot. It has great heat retention and you can develop a great sear in only a minute. Just gonna check in on my internal temperature. And I wanna pull this between 120 and 125 for medium rare. Okay, we're gonna butter baste. So this is optional, but fun. Put a little butter in here. I've got some garlic and some herbs. And this is just a nice way to finish a steak like this. And the sloped sides of this pan makes it really easy to do this. Okay. Okay, this looks amazing. And the beauty about the reverse sear method, you don't even have to rest the steak. We can just cut right in. Okay, so you can see it's really, really even color all the way from edge to edge. You really don't have any of that gray band. You have a nice, even pink color and then your crust. This looks really good. You can see how tender this is. It's almost tearing apart. It's so juicy. It looks amazing. Like I said, this is a great way to get a restaurant quality steak at home. And I highly recommend using a cast iron skillet to get that beautiful sear. If you try this and you like it, let me know in the comments. If you prefer a traditional sear, let me know as well. I'm Rhoda from Made In. Thanks for cooking with me, and I'll see you next time.